level right now on a scale from 1 to 10?
6.
This light is gonna shine into your eyes, okay?
Okay.
Hi, I'm Leo Falmer, and I'm a registered nurse here in La Junta. We'll be at the hospital in a few minutes, okay? I was born and raised here in La Junta at the hospital. I grew up in Chirra on a small farm, which is 12 miles north of here. Small town, not really a whole lot to do. It's where my family is, it's where my friends are. It's comfortable here, it's home. Looks like we're just about here at the hospital, okay? I've always enjoyed science and health, and growing up I had a lot of family that are nurses, so it was just kind of natural to go that way.
Leah was a student, well, she probably started 5 years ago, graduated in 2 years, took her registered nursing licensing exam and started working a couple years ago. And she's very connected to this area. Her family's here. And when I talk to her, she's not really interested about moving out into other areas, of the country or to a big city or anything like that. Is planning on staying around for a while, so.
On 3, we're gonna move you over. Maybe 1, 2, 3. I work full-time in the emergency department here in La Junta, Arkansas Valley Regional Medical Center, and then part-time for an ambulance company. We do inter-facility transfers. Our hospital down here is pretty small, and they don't have a lot of the specialized doctors that a lot of the bigger cities have.
How do you feel right now? Feel better?
The people I've talked to at the hospital have expressed interest in retaining our nurses here in our community, and the best and brightest. We need those people to stay here in this community. We need Leah to stay and be interested in our people in our service area and the health care.
My mom and dad said if you're gonna stay here and live here, you're gonna go to OJC, so.
We have a partnership with Otero Junior College, which is in La Junta, Colorado. And we do classes with them over telepresence. We offer them engineering and nursing classes. And that partnership was to help them to grow their programs as well as help us grow our programs, so students can go down there for a couple years, transfer up here. Especially in the nursing field and the healthcare field, is to help those people get their education without having to leave their area.
Urban nurses don't like necessarily to move to rural areas and stay there. And so what we find to be true is that rural born and raised people who become nurses and doctors tend to stay in rural areas.
So what we've done is we've created this program with them where now they can actually take classes right here at UCCS using telepresence and other distance education tools that allow them to get their degree there. And now they're staying there and they're working in the clinics, the local hospitals, and it's allowing them to have better health care in their areas. So it's been a really good program.
No blood pressure, no pulse. It was exciting to know that I could stay here and take classes to work towards my bachelor's degree.
This is Carl Smith. He's a 59-year-old male. Started having chest pain this morning about 8 o'clock.
Hey Carl, I'm gonna get you something for pain, okay? Medicine's always changing, and sometimes we don't practice the new and exciting ways of doing things because we're not trained how to do those. So sometimes there's just a lag of training and practice.
Milligrams of IV morphine.
Okay.
Being able to do hands-on simulation, distance-wise, that's pretty much as interactive as I can think of that you could get.
Some of you guys can be sitting here.
We're trying really hard with the cooperative that's being built with UCCS and the Southern Junior Colleges. Students that get their associate's degree in nursing and our RNs, they can come back to Bethel and get their bachelor's. And they get to stay where they live. That's the best part too. They don't have to leave their job that they already have and move somewhere else to get the education that they want.
A person going to a community college could be able to take university classes without actually being at a university. So I think that's a major advantage for them.
It drastically increases the amount of classes that people can take and experiences that they can have, and it helps us because we get a different experience with other students who aren't normally part of our UCCS campus.
For example, one of the persons was already an ER nurse, and so it was completely different from being able to see her perspective. I felt like she was the leader of everybody, and if you needed answers, you go to her.
Does it hurt more when you take a deep breath in?
Learning improved ways of practicing medicine. There's so many new opportunities that sometimes we don't get down here, that with this education we could start implementing those.
We had to shock you.
For me, telepresence means community and career, no trade-offs.
You guys need a straw? I had somebody ask me, what's the benefit of telepresence as opposed to online? And I said, that's a great question. And I was talking with Denise Root about it, and she said, you know, what you did in this class is you developed a cohort with them. And there was a real community feel to your class. And everybody knew each other and everybody connected with everybody. And you don't get that online.
Who's getting the crash cart?
Challenge your assumptions about technology and how you can teach with technology, because I think Sue did that very well. I think she thought about her course and thought, well, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I usually do this very interactive course, so I'm just going to try it and see if it works. And all the interaction, all of the activity, all of the group discussion, all of the cohort kinds of things, I think you can do just about anything if you just try to figure it out.
Oh, we have
Your classroom then doesn't become just your four walls. It's huge. I mean, the possibilities are endless. I think with telepresence, the only restrictions you have is your lack of creativity, whatever you can't think up, because you can do everything. At this point, I can't see anything that can't be done as long as the technology guys can make it happen.
If you're like me and you've invested in your hometown and you have a pride in where you live, that's what makes the opportunity to be able to stay at your campus and explore other campuses at the same time such a blessing for so many people.
How you doing today? Good. Are you ready to go home?
There's no way that I could maintain my job while traveling back and forth to school, or I'd have to quit my job so I could get further education. So this way I could do both and get to where I want to be.
So if she had to leave those two jobs and try to find new work up here to take the class here, or commute to take this class, it would have been a nightmare for her. It would have been very difficult.
Check your temperature here.
La Junta is my home. This technology lets me stay connected to my community and my family.